Welcome, friends. This is Matt Greer. I'm the artistic director of Quintessence, a community of singers in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we are getting ready for a concert this weekend that we're tremendously excited about, the end of our 36th season, a concert called Homeward Bound. And we're doing a tremendous variety of wonderful music. But one of the things that we are most excited about is that we have this year launched our first Emerging Composers Competition, the Estella Gahala Lange Emerging Composers Competition. And the winner of that competition, whose piece is going to be premiered at our concerts on Sunday and Monday, is with me. Joining me from Connecticut is Andrey Stolyarov. Welcome, Andrey.
Hello, nice to see you. Thanks for having me here.
Nice to see you too. We are so excited that this worked out to chat, and we're really excited about the piece. As I mentioned, this is a new venture for us that we've been talking about doing for a long time. And so the parameters were, I think the competition opened in November, and we just put it out there for composers under the age of 35 in Canada, the United States, or Mexico. Some general parameters about the length of the piece and the forces involved. But one of the things that is our goal every year is that we're also going to put out a theme for composers to kind of write to, or at least submit stuff that they may already have that would fit the theme. And this year, the theme was home. We got about 15 submissions from all over, and we were thrilled at the submissions and the quality. But the one that rose to the top is a piece that Andrey wrote called Home. So it ticked that box right away. Yeah, totally.
I couldn't believe how perfect it was. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And this is an a cappella piece for mixed voices. And I'm interested because we've chatted a little bit about it before, Andrey. This piece actually began its life as a piece for tenor and bass voices, and was a project that you started on during lockdown. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, I was commissioned.
So how did this piece come to be?
Yeah. I was commissioned as part of a group of people for a group in Chicago called Constellation Men's Ensemble. And they do this concert series every year called Nova. And this particular concert series, they were looking for pieces to talk about homelessness awareness. And the whole idea of the concert was, what does home really mean? And what are the different aspects of home? Because I think the concert was called A Lovely Stable Home. And it was basically all around a piece that was being premiered for them called A Lovely Stable Home. And some people are very blessed, like myself, having a very amazing, stable home. And some people are not as lucky and not as blessed. And so this piece kind of was part of that thinking. How do we explore the different kinds of home that could be possible?
And so where did the text come from? Is the text original to you?
Yes. So this was my first. It was an experiment. I've said a lot of high poetry, beautiful poems, but I was aching for something different, something new. And I've been dabbling in writing my own texts for a little while now. I don't think I'm particularly talented at writing my own texts, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. But I had this idea. I have so many contacts, I have so many friends, I have so many amazing people in my life. How about I crowdsource a text? How about I ask some people to contribute? So I put it out on Facebook. I said, what does home mean to you? Fill in the blank. Home is where blank. And then I had a number of people say home is where da 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 da. And it was really cool. I took their responses and I kind of rearranged them. I cut some words, I added some words, and I turned it into this poem, which I think is kind of nice.
Yeah, it is lovely, and obviously fits our theme so well. So we've got music about kind of the idea of home. It's about pieces about missing home, pieces about longing for home, and this is just fits in so beautifully. I'm so pleased about it. And it has been as I mentioned, you originally conceived it for tenor and bass voices. And then for us, your submission was for our forces, which is for mixed voices. Were there any challenges in making that transition?
Well, making sure that the original key didn't work for SATB Ensemble, so I had to adjust there. I had to adjust some lines to make sure that it works for soprano, alto, tenor, bass. but the piece, the architecture stayed very similar. But there were individual lines that needed to be tweaked so that it would fit comfortably in the ranges. And I think it ended up being successful in that way, because the range doesn't go to the extremes in anyone's parts. Sometimes it lies a little low for the sopranos, but other than that, I think, and a couple of high tenor notes, which they're nailing, by the way.
There are a couple of high tenor. Thank you. Thank you. I will tell them.
So yes. Well done, tenors. Nice A flat. Yeah, I think it was very, it was an organic shift. The only thing that I thought about this too late. The piece originally, it was in the tenor and bass version, was done. It was performed in a parking garage in Chicago. And the coolest thing, because you would have all this ambient sound, you'd have a car horn, you'd have some children playing, you'd have birds. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool to create like a fixed media track and have that play along, just in case you don't have that kind of atmosphere? But that didn't make it to the cutting room floor, I'm afraid. Perhaps if this piece is performed again, I will have a fixed media track with that.
That's a cool idea. Well, I can instruct the audience to make a lot of ambient noise. That would make you feel better. I'm sure they'd be happy to. So I'm curious, just kind of about some of your output and your development as a composer. What's your background as a musician? Are you an instrumentalist? Are you a singer?
So I started as I've been singing my whole life. I played the saxophone for many years. I played piano on and off for many years, and I started taking piano a little bit more seriously when I got to college. But I essentially got into my undergrad thinking that I was going to be a double major in vocal performance and astrophysics. And the astrophysics part did not turn out very well for me. So I switched over to vocal performance. And junior year, I had a pivotal moment happen where I took a composition class and I found myself. I thought, wow, this is the first time I feel like I'm able to actually express myself in a way that feels really genuine to me. And I've been improvising, and I've been writing like dumb rock songs when I was a kid. But other than that, I hadn't written any like classical music or contemporary art music. And that just opened my eyes. And I finished my undergrad, and then I went to do my master's at Hart, and they really opened my mind and broadened my horizons to what's possible. And I just thought, wow, this is the coolest thing to be creating music. So I still perform. I'm very active as a singer. I play piano. I play a little bit of the organ, and I play a little bit of everything. But I identify as a singer and as a composer.
Gotcha. And so primarily vocal music and choral music, is that what you focus on?
These days I write mostly for choir, but I've written a lot of chamber pieces, a variety of chamber pieces. I'm so lucky. I just know a lot of really awesome people. And I just love writing music for these awesome people. And when they ask, it's even better. So yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, these days it's mostly for choir. I have a couple of projects coming up in a few years. I'm putting together an orchestra piece, which is going to be for solo double bass orchestra and choreography. That's a big project. And I'm also working on a piece for adult choir and children's choir and piano and timpani, I think. And also a recent project that was just given to me was I'm writing for some adults, a couple of youth singers, and boomwhackers. So that's going to be a fun project. Yes.
Boomwhackers are awesome. Kids love them.
Yes.
Well, everybody loves boomwhackers, I think.
Everybody loves boomwhackers.
I will want to see a copy of that when that's done, Andrey.
I hope it turns out well.
Okay, good. I'm curious to know, especially because I feel like just because in my role as a conductor and trying to program, that I go through a lot of music, right? And we all have closets full of music that we love, that we grew up knowing. But this is such a rich time for contemporary choral composition, I think. There's just so much good stuff being written all the time. So are there current composers whose language you kind of either emulate or admire, or whose work you particularly like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to emulate too much. I really try to not that I'm like reinventing the wheel or anything like that, but I just try to be as honest about my own voice as possible in my try to emulate anybody. But people who recently I've been really into, I mean, Bob Chilcott. I love the sound that of his composition. It's just truly incredible. Rena Esmail, I've been listening to a lot of her music. Actually, my community choir is doing a piece called "Listen," and that's going to be in a couple of weeks. And I'm in love. I'm just in love. It's such beautiful and intelligently put together music. So those two are the ones that I've been listening to a lot these days. I mean, I'm sure I can name a few more, but those two are the ones that instantly pop into my head.
Absolutely. I love both of them. And I recently discovered Rena Esmail's music in the last year or so and programmed a couple of her pieces. And it's marvelous stuff. Great stuff. Well, Andrey, we are so thrilled to be giving the premiere of this piece. We're honored to do so. And we wish you were going to be here with us. But we look forward to it. And thanks for taking the time to chat today.
Thanks for doing all this. I'm so happy with your progress on the piece, and I think it's lovely. And thank you again so much. This is an incredible opportunity, and I'm glad to receive the first one of these awards, and I hope it keeps going for many years to come. It's a really amazing thing that you're doing for new music.
Thank you. We appreciate that. This Sunday at 3 p.m., this Monday at 7 p.m., Homeward Bound at St. John's United Methodist Church in Albuquerque, and Quintessence will be giving the premiere of Andrey Stolyarov's Home. We hope to see you there.